Show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. We see this lesson time and time again, but here it is showing its head one more time. Can't help but feel like this is how the US dollar must feel.
And I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't.
I've been telling you guys months and months and months that Bitcoin is going to break to the upside. Quick, fast, and in a hurry, going to go from $35,000 all the way up to $48,000. But what in the world could cause that? Well, if we take a look at the DXY, it's ranging towards the top of the range right now. What I think is going to happen is it's likely going to get rejected here at the top of the range at 105 and then break down like so, filling out this gap right here. Gaps in the market, they get filled. Now, if you don't know what the DXY is, the DXY measures the strength of the US dollar in comparison to other currencies. In a nutshell, when the DXY goes up, Bitcoin and stocks go down. When the DXY goes down, Bitcoin and stocks go up. Let's take a look at what the congressman had to say about it.
Got some breaking news for you. We may have a deal to avoid default. I was just sent the outline of the agreement between the Speaker and the President, which would raise the debt ceiling and let us avoid the huge recession that would otherwise begin in about a week. And I'm going to share it with you right now. But I'll tell you up front, the issue now is that we are already hearing from the Speaker's right flank, and they are furious. They had a very long list of demands going into this. Only a handful of them were met. My bet is that none of them will vote for this, which means we are several dozen votes short getting this passed unless the minority party in the House is willing to provide those votes. The problem with that is that the minority party in the House didn't want to do any of this, and now they're going to be told that they have to vote for this or the economy will crash, which is true. It would crash. So here's what's in the deal. A 2-year spending cap for a number of social programs. The IRS will lose some funding. Some unspent COVID relief money will be transferred back. There will be new eligibility requirements for assistance programs like SNAP and TANF, which will be very controversial. And it'll push the next debt ceiling fight out past the next election, which is a lot to have in a deal, but is a big step down from what the right flank wanted, which is why they're furious. But look, I think the general assumption is that because this deal was struck by a speaker from one party and a president from another, that we will have the votes to pass it. But here's the thing. We're all home right now. We were all sent back to our districts so that they could work out a deal, and now that they have one, they have to whip votes over the phone and then call the vote as soon as we're back in DC because we are out of time. And when the outcome is uncertain, that's a risky way to do business.
I'm seeing a lot of creators just pull it out there like this thing is done. In reality, it has to pass the House, it has to pass the Senate, and then it has to be signed by the president. Right now, Congress is literally not in session. To me, this feels a lot more like a Hail Mary rather than a done deal. Even if it gets passed, though, that's just going to be more spending for the US dollar, causing the US dollar to devalue yet again, which would cause more and more people to flank to Bitcoin, slowly, surely, and exponentially. If it doesn't get passed, though, people are going to dump their US dollar, causing the DXY to get rejected just like the other, which would be perhaps the catalyst in which Bitcoin will finally break out of the ceiling, getting up to the 618 range. And the more hilarious part about the whole thing is, like 2 weeks ago, nobody was talking about the debt ceiling. This was not a thing at all. And then now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, that is all that anybody is talking about. What have I been telling you? By the end of June, this thing is going to have a breakout. Time and time again, these narratives just show up out of nowhere. Now, if it doesn't get passed, honestly, if it doesn't get passed, I would anticipate more of a micro spring like so, then bringing us up after people start flocking. But the same lesson just keeps coming up over and over and over and over again. Show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. Our good buddy, the US dollar, damned if they do or damned if they don't. Like and subscribe for more. Check out some of my other videos. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Peace, love, prosperity. God first. God bless. I'm out.
Damn hustling, 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 hustling,
It's your
hustling,
boy,
hustling,
Ski.
hustling, 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 every